The story begins in the forest. From a team of hunters who had killed the animals, and all these hunters hunting animals and skinning them. They would extract it and sell it in the city. Just to get out of here by tying up the skins. They were about to prepare when suddenly a man came near the forest. The tribal people attack them and they are surrounded on all sides by forests. The tribal people are very angry and start showering arrows on them, which gives many of the hunter team. People are killed and this tribal clan. They attack because their leader. It happens that someone has kidnapped his daughter. And those tribal people feel that this is the work of these hunters. People also used to fight with those tribals. But tribals are more in number. So these people cannot compete with them. They find and many of their people are killed. Now even the captain of the hunting team has understood. He thought that if we fight the tribals then we will all would be killed. So he tells his team is to pick up as many skins as you can and get on the boat quickly. Movie here. The main character of Glass with his son comes and he has to hurry to reach the boat. He says, that's when these people see that the tribals. Another large group of people is coming. So these people give up fighting and rushing towards the boat to save his life. They flee. Meanwhile, other members of the hunting team. Many people die. Just a few people. After reaching the boat, we leave from here. After their departure, the tribal people became hunters. They take over all the remaining skins from. And the chief of the tribe does not have his daughter here. Now the chief of the tribe met his people. He says that all those Americans here pick up skins left over from hunters. Here we are, we'll sell these skins to the French hunters. In return, we will buy horses and they'll take the guns and keep my daughter until I will keep searching until I find it. On the other hand, these American hunters were far away. Even after leaving, they are scared and have guns. They remain ready and prepared because they too. I knew that those tribal people could do this so easily. And he will never give up on them. You can attack from above. Now herein. People don't understand what we are. Then Captain Glass asks. What should we do? Glass says that we should leave this boat and go to the land. The path should be followed because those tribal people follow the river quickly to us. We will reach there. That is why land is the only source for all of us. This is the safest route. But this Glass. From the talk, a man from their group whose name Gerald believes that Glass's decision is correct. I don't think so. He says that if we go, they will kill us quickly. Because the land route is very long and it will take us weeks to get home. But the team captain tells Gerald that Glass knows this place better than we do. Therefore, we should accept his advice and people decide that now we will go by land. Now Gerald is here to talk about the captain. I agree. But some people don't like the Glass. The decision to leave the ground does not seem right. Therefore, they crossed the river by boat. They decide to return home. Afterwards, those who were going to go by land, those boats. They get off the boat and some people sitting in the boat continue along the river path. The captain tells everyone to give us all the skins. Should be left here so that on the way we should not face any problem. Everyone agrees with what the captain says. Later these people turned all their skins into stones. Hide it below so that if in the future, if these people ever come to this place again, they should get the skins, and now it is all. Everyone started walking through the forest. But now their problems are about to increase. Because winter was coming soon. And they had to walk for several weeks. I had to get home. But other than that, they had no other option. All these people are fighting the cold. We were ready. Walking through the forest. It becomes evening and now these people are at one place, but decided to stay and spend the night here. After some time, it becomes night and they all fall asleep in the forest. The next morning, we see that those who are near the ground of the glass, misunderstanding the decision to walk on the road. Now those people regret their mistake. The tribal people come and kill them. And the tribal people understand that. Some people left on foot through the forest. That's why these people spread throughout the forest to find those remaining American hunters. Americans walking on land giving a tribal. Footprints of hunters are also found. He would come and tell his tribe chief. The chief of the tribe thinks that the daughter is with them and now this tribal people follow the footprints and they go back. Hear these people continuously. Hours of walking through the woods increases and these people become very tired. So these people came to rest for a while. So they camp here and all. They start to rest. Everyone is hungry. It happened, but there was nothing to eat. So Glass goes alone into the jungle to hunt. He sets out. After walking some distance, I feel like someone is around. So Glass picks up his gun and gets ready, and then he saw two small bear cubs in front of him. Before the Glass leaves, before he could escape, a big bear attacked him, causing Glass to drop the gun from his hand. She goes. The bear picks up the glass. He slams it and severely injures the glass. It does. Now Glass can't do anything. So he lies down comfortably on the ground. When the glass cools down, the bear also leaves from there. But Glass tries to get his prey. Somehow manages to reach his gun. Then the bear attacks Glass again. Glass quickly takes the gun. He shoots at him, but the bullet misses the bear. Instead of hitting his head, it would have hit his neck, which makes the bear even more irritated, and rip the Glass throat with his claws. Gives in. But the bear doesn't stop and the entire body of the Glass was badly damaged by it bites with its claws. The reason for the bullet injury. The bear had also become weak. Glass now. Somehow he took out a knife and attacked the bear. It strikes from both slopes. They fall down rolling, after which that bear also falls on the Glass. But the bear was dead and Glass was almost dead too. He would have died because the bear had bitten him. The throat was completely torn and there were deep wounds all over his body. The Glass was in more pain. When Glass attacked the bear. When the shot was fired, the sound of the bullet. My friends heard it, so I left with the Glass. They reach there looking for him and he sees the bear fall on the Glass. It happened. He could hardly bring the bear to its. Remove the top and take the Glass with you. Now one of them is holding a glass. He begins to stitch up the wounds. In pain. Glass was in a bad state. His throat was sore. He was badly cut and his entire body was injured. But the wounds are deep. The wounds from the Glass. Seeing this, these people understand that the Glass is now. He will not be able to survive and in a few hours he will die. On the other hand, the tribals. The chief of the tribe fought with American hunters. There were remaining skins, which he sold to the French. He gives it to the hunters in exchange for which he takes their guns and horses. Meaning these American hunters, i.e. Glass and difficulties are bound to increase for his companions. Because before this tribal arrow. They used to attack with bows. But now. The tribals also had horses and guns. Now Glass was badly injured. I couldn't walk because of this. So these people. Making a wooden stretcher for the Glass. He places the Glass on top of it and. Let's start moving forward. This is how it goes. People take turns raising their glasses. People bring the Glass a long way. But The road ahead was very difficult because there was a high mountain ahead from where these people could see. Had to pass through. This mountain road was so bad that even a single person could not climb up from there properly. So, offer the glass from here. It was impossible. They still tried. Yes, but these people cannot climb the glass. Then their captain, one of his, tells the man to put the glass on the mouth. Put the cloth on. Actually, he's trying to shoot the glass. Is going to happen because he feels that glass is going through the trouble, and anyway, glass can no longer escape. Glass is in pain. He is yearning and take him home from here. It's almost impossible to go. Captain Glass. He is about to hit when suddenly the son comes forward and says, "Don't do this." The captain takes pity on him and Glass cannot be shot because all of them would have survived because of the glass. The captain said to everyone present there, "It says that whoever 2 people are in a glass until they die will stop by her as soon as she gets back to the village. $0. The captain says that Glass. We have helped everyone and the captain wanted that. Glass died a natural death, and when Glass died, if he goes, then after performing his last rites, those 2 people, Glass's son should come back immediately. He says I will stop, and there's another boy named Fraser. Says I'll stay whether I get $0 or." They didn't meet. Now Glass's son, Hawk, and Fraser both were young, so captain. He says that another man should also stay with them. Gerald comes forward and speaks. "I'd stop, but $0 is too low." The captain says, "Okay, you'll get $. And then Joe, Glass's son, and who would have been the other boy. He says you should keep our dollars too. You can. Hearing this, Gerald says $300. That's enough. I can buy my own house with it. And anyway, it's only a matter of 2 to 3 days. Glass won't survive for long, and Gerald is also ready to stay with them. It happens. Now these 3 people are standing near the glass. Stop here and let the rest go ahead. Gerald sits next to the glass and waits for Glass to die. But the glass doesn't even seem to die. The next day, Glass's son and the other boy hunted and ate to fill his stomach. They go to get water to drink. Then Gerald begins digging a pot nearby. But why is Gerald doing this? Is he planning to bury Glass alive? Is it? We'll find out later. Several more hours pass by. And when Gerald sees that the glass is not yet, he then approaches the glass angrily. And he says to the glass, "Why do you die?" "No? We all died because of you. We'll go because tribal people are still mad. Are looking for us and if if we come here, they will kill us all. You gave your life for your son and us. You can save everyone. Now Gerald Glass. That if you lower your eyelids. If you blink, I'll know you're about to die. Get ready." The poor Glass has been sitting for a long time. He tries not to blink. But then Gerald tells him that it seems you don't even know your son. Wanting to save him. Glass listened to Gerald. To save his son. He blinks down. Seeing this, Gerald, stuffing a cloth in his mouth to stop his breathing. Dee and Glass are now dying in agony. Just then, Glass's son arrives and shoots Gerald with a gun. Pushes back. Glass's son, Gerald. He points a gun at her and threatens to kill her. Gerald tries to convince him. Trying to figure out why I'm doing this. But Glass's son had no idea. He doesn't listen and starts shouting. Later, in front of Gerald Glass, his son, he kills him by stabbing him in the stomach. The neck of the glass is completely cut. That's why he can't even scream. He just sees his son dying, and Gerald took his son to a faraway place. So that when that third boy. When he got there, he couldn't see it. Later when the boy comes there, Gerald asks where Hawk is? Then Gerald tells him that he's around. It will be here in a little while. Glass. Poor boy whose name is Roger. Tries to tell Gerald. My son has been beaten but he cannot tell. Because no sound came out of his mouth. It's night now, Gerald and Bridger sleep. The next morning Bridger. He wakes her up and lies to her that he left from here. At a short distance, people from 20 tribal communities saw a tug coming towards us rapidly. If he reaches here, we will be torn to pieces. I will do it. Hearing this, Roger gets scared and he says that if we leave, the glass and what will happen to his son, Hawk? Gerald says that if Hawk is alive, he will find us. Then the boy says, Glass is still alive and we've asked the captain. I promised that after Glass died we would. His funeral was conducted with full rituals. After hearing this, we will leave from here. Gerald Glass was held by his legs and draws poorly. The glass is full. There are wounds on the body and it is painful. Now Gerald one day. Glass was placed in the grave that was dug earlier. Puts it alive and pours soil on top. Starts. Then the boy says, What are you doing? Gerald says that he will die sooner or later. And as that we promised her funeral. It will be done with all the rituals. So he has fulfilled his promise. He is above her. He adds a little soil and from there he goes and tells the boy that you come with me. Breezer with a glass. I feel very sad about this situation. That glass. Sorry Mr. Glass, I have to go, and saying this he took a bottle of water. He places it on the glass and leaves from there. Now Glass is alone here. He's in agony. The glass remains in the same place for several hours. They buried him and left. In a half-dead state. He lies down and thinks that here. If you have to die lying down anyway, then why not? Try to escape. He mustered all his courage. He moves his arms and legs and he comes out of the grave after suffering. Yes. Glass is in a lot of trouble. He crawls straight to that spot where his son's body lies. He is completely shattered upon seeing the corpse of. And he starts burning in the fire of revenge. After that, she slept with her head on her son's corpse. Gerald returns to the other side in the morning. He picks up Breezer and tells him to get up quickly. We have to get out of here. Tribes. 12 people are coming after us. Hearing this, Breezer tells Gerald that he said there were 20 people after us. He understood that. It is revealed that Gerald lied to her. So he pulls a gun on Gerald. Gerald then tells Bridger that so you should thank me. I saved your life and I need to scare you. Because we were sharing our thoughts with a half-dead person. Couldn't risk his life anyway. Glass was about to die, and if you wanted to stay alive. If you want, do as I say. Otherwise you can go back to the glass alone. Yes. Hearing this, Brother Gerald was terrified. Accepts and moves forward with it. The glass would have been in the same place on the other side. And now Glass is hungry. He crawls. He goes to a place where some animal is found. The skull is lying there. He takes out a bone from it. Breaks and the dried meat. He eats it and then crawls up a hill. Goes to the edge where he sees that there's a river below. Glass is thirsty now too. He could barely crawl away like that. Hua reaches the bank of that river and he starts drinking water. But when he drinks water, the water would come out of his neck. Because his neck was cut. Now, Glass first had to treat his wounds. He had to do it. He would have had some ammunition left. He collects dry grass and lights a fire. And a little gunpowder on that side of your neck. Puts it on the part where the throat was cut. Then he placed a burnt piece of wood around his neck, which burns the gunpowder and creates a spark. Is born, and from that spark his neck burns. He does this so that his wound, torn by the burn, is stuck. Glass feels a lot of pain during this process. And he faints due to the pain. After that, Glass remained in the same river for several days. He lives on the shore. He drinks the water and dies. Keep yourself alive by eating animal flesh. One day, those tribal people come to the banks of the same river, and this. Before he could see the glass quickly. He jumps into the river. He swims down the river. He went far away from those tribal people. Into this icy cold river water. The glass may become worse due to cold after staying. He had gone. With great difficulty he lit a fire and went to his. Warms up the body and stays here. Decides to. This is how the glass is placed. Many days pass by while staying here. Now his wounds had healed on the glass. I started walking a little. By the river bank. Because of this he is not facing any shortage of water. She did not have it, but she liked eating to her heart's content. It was hard to find. He used to fish from the river there. He would survive by catching it and eating it raw. And kept himself alive. Now one night, when he is sleeping, he gets the fire. Some flames are visible, and when he turns towards that side. When he goes there, there is a man who. He had caught a huge prey and was eating it. The glass goes to him, and just as soon as he looks at the glass he shoots his arrow and he points the bow at her. Glass gestures. Tells me I'm no threat to you. I'm not. I just want to eat. That man. He understands and takes the glass to eat. Gives a piece of the prey and both eat the whole. They sleep there for the night. In the morning, the man wakes up and when he sees the wounds on the glass, he asks Glass, what happened to you? Is it? Then Glass tells him that I was on a hunt with the team and this is my condition. A wild bear did it. After which my friends left me in the forest to die. And they left my son too. Hearing this, the man was beaten up by a glass. It hurts a lot, and this man is. He says my whole family also knows French. The hunters killed him. Saying this the man becomes very emotional. But he says he wants revenge on those French people. I don't want to take it because revenge is above. The man is holding a glass. Looking at the wounds he says, you are mine. Can travel together, and after that both of them travel further on a horse. On the other hand, Gerald and Breezer they get very close to the village. But Gerald, before entering the village, tells Breezer that whatever we did, no one should know about it. He tells Bridger that when the truth was revealed, the captain crucified us. He would give it. Under compulsion, Brodger would agree to his request. Now Gerald and the boy are at the captain's. They go, and Gerald tells the captain that we will be with Glass until his last breath. We gave him a proper funeral. And Glass's son Aborigine. It fell into the hands of people and we lost our lives. They freed themselves and ran away. Hearing this, Captain. As promised, he gave them both $100. He gives it to her.